Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. I mean, you must be getting sick of seeing me. I take a few days off and then all of a sudden come back with 3 videos in a row on a Sunday afternoon. Like I said, snow and buckets down here in southern Alberta today, but we'll take it, glad for it, and obviously glad to see it as well. So friends, the Edmonton Oilers getting back out of the All-Star break. Dylan Holloway never reported down to Bakersfield, a paper transaction at that. And the Edmonton Oilers today have, well, that is Dylan Holloway's stats over the last 5. Let's go here. Recalled Dylan Holloway. So to those of you that were like, oh man, the Oilers really didn't give Dylan Holloway a chance, I will refer back to earlier comments last week talking about how this was a cap saving maneuver for the Edmonton Oilers. We've talked about Jake Gensel today. We've talked about Henrique. We talked about Monahan. We talked about Elias Lindholm. When it all comes down to it for the Edmonton Oilers is every day they can keep a contract off the NHL salary cap, they're absolutely going to have to do it. And moving forward through this next week, I expect Phil Kemp will remain, and so too will Ben Gleason, in the minors for the Edmonton Oilers, simply because you're swinging through kind of the western United States, through Nevada, through California, and you're going to be able to save cap by keeping the guys in Bakersfield as opposed to allowing them to be on the NHL roster, eating up daily cap hits. So that's where the Edmonton Oilers are right now. The Oilers have recalled one forward, Dylan Holloway, from his all-star vacation, I guess you could say. And then as well, the Oilers are going to see him take on an increased role here with the Oilers over the course of the next few weeks, as the Oilers try to evaluate what the roster needs to obviously make the trade deadline happen here. So Dylan Holloway, 2 points in his return from injury, right? His last game was November 13th against the New York Islanders, a game in which he got injured, and obviously it was a game against the New York Islanders that was a pivotal turning point for this franchise this season. And of course, too, you have then his game against the Flames, game against the Blue Jackets, game against the Hawks, and game against the Nashville Predators, in which the Oilers have given up in that span a total of 3 goals. So the past few games have been pretty dang productive for the Edmonton Oilers in terms of the goals against average. But biggest thing here for Dylan Holloway is his ice time has gone up almost every single game, it seems like, over the past, if you compare the last 4. You see 7 minutes against the Islanders, and then it was immediately up to 9, almost 10, 9.5, and then 13, almost 14 for Dylan Holloway on that third line, and then 13 minutes against Nashville in a game that the Edmonton Oilers were desperate to win simply because you had the streak and you want to go into the All-Star break with a good situation, a perfect January, obviously riding a high rather than a low, and being able to go into Vegas and tackle your biggest challenge ever as a franchise in terms of regular season wins, in terms of trying to tie the all-time win streak. So for the Oilers, Dylan Holloway saves some cap over the All-Star break. So too does Phil Kemp. And Dylan Holloway has returned to the NHL roster in time for practice this week ahead of the Vegas Golden Knights on Tuesday night, friends. We are about 53 hours, I guess you could say, 53-ish hours away from the Edmonton Oilers getting to game action against the Vegas Golden Knights to start the quote-unquote back half of the NHL schedule. I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to having the call for the Vegas Golden Knights game here on Dolynny TV for you. We'll talk here in a little bit, but friends, enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday. I don't even know what day of the week it is, but this video as well, if you're wondering why 53 was the calculation, this video was recorded pretty much bang after the Gensel video went up, so it's going to be posting in a little while, but we'll talk about anything else that breaks tonight or else tomorrow as we get set up for what will be a big week of hockey back in our lives, friends. It's going to be weird to have it back, but we're excited nonetheless. Enjoy everything, friends, and we will talk to you soon.